Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Diana. I'm the admission manager for the Master in Natural Management at International University of Monaco. We are very happy to have you with us for this special webinar dedicated to the fashion and accessories specialization. Today's session is designed to give you an insight, look at the program, but also to have an approach with an alumni. So don't hesitate to write your questions in the QA session that will be answered at the end of the webinar. I'm therefore very pleased to introduce our two speakers with us today. So Tommaso Bazzano, who is an alumni and who finished the master in 2025. Hello, Tommaso, welcome.
Hello to everyone. Thank you very much for the invitation.
We are also joined by Dr. Annalisa Tarquini-Polli, who is the program director of the program. Hi, Annalisa.
Ciao. Hi to everyone. Nice to meet you. Meet you.
Thank you for being here with us today. So to start our webinar, I leave the floor to Dr. Annalisa Tarquini.
Okay, thank you so much for organizing this conversation. Also, is always a nice opportunity to stay in contact with the alumni, even if Tommaso and I met basically every day on the street going to work. Because actually, Tommaso, so you live in Monaco. You're still living in Monaco.
Exactly, yes. After 1 year, I still live in Monaco.
So what do you do at the moment?
Right now, I'm employed from Vitale 1913, and I'm basically managing the e-commerce and sales for this high jewelry brand, Maison, based in Monaco.
Mm-hmm. And then how you decided to start working with Alberto?
Okay, so I will start telling you about my passion for jewels and jewelry in general, combined with a course that I had during my master in the fashion and accessories specialization, where I had the fortune, I would say, to meet Mr. Alberto Vitale, which was also my teacher of diamonds at the time. So that's how it all started, I would say.
Because actually, for the ones who don't know, so the fashion students have the opportunity to choose between different electives, and then one of those is the diamond course, the jewelry course. And then we're working with Alberto Vitale, who is a passionate person about diamonds and stones mainly, but more than just jewelry, who belongs to the third generation of diamond traders and then jewelry makers from Valenza. That is the worldwide pole of jewelry in Italy. So with Alberto, we're working since I think 10 years, even more.
Yeah.
And then every year is joining my program in order to teach students, to share with the students more than teaching his passion for these beautiful objects. Because actually, when we speak about diamonds and precious stones, we are talking about something that is very special. And so what because you were talking about your passion, but where this passion comes from?
I would describe myself as a creative person. I have a bachelor degree in product design, which is something a bit far from the luxury industry, but still you can see the creativity part inside of it. So it all comes from that, I would say.
So why you have decided to go for the fashion specialization?
As I told you, having a bachelor degree in product design made me confident in some way in the manufacturer part, so in the beginning part of the process. But I never faced a client. I never had the feeling of being in front of a client. So I wanted to achieve and to attend something that allowed me to have a direct exposure on the luxury industry, I would say.
Okay. And then do you see after this experience that you're having with Alberto, do you still see the connection, the correlation between jewelry and fashion? Are these two words connected for you?
Yes. And especially high craftsmanship, like is Vitale 1913 and high jewelry in general. It's deeply rooted in fashion, the high jewelry.
Deeply rooted, but because of the inspiration, or
because of a mix of things. For sure, as you said, the inspiration, but also the craftsmanship. For example, our maison have the craftsmanship in Valencia, in Italy, which is very, very famous all around the world for gold and for craftsmanship. As you said at the beginning, is the fourth generation of jewelers. There's a lot of things that goes way far beyond it.
Okay, and then so you were studying basically retail and mainly fashion, and then but how? So what are can you sorry because you made me think about that thing. So this is why I lost the idea. So and what about the your classmates? Because you were all interested in the same field, or you were all interested as far as you remember in different industries or what?
Different industries. I'm still connected with I would say 80% of my classmates. I had friends into watches. I had friends into retail. I would say there's a common line that links all of us, which is the interest in being active in the retail and in the fashion in general. But then it's very multicultural. It's a mix.
Indeed, you were not a very big group, but you were coming from many different nationalities, as far as I remember.
Yes.
And then talking about your experience in class, do you remember any particular course or module that really, except the diamond course with Alberto, of course, that really stood out and then was very interesting for you?
I would say client behavior. So understanding the client behavior is the biggest skills I'm bringing into the Vitale 1913 company, because, for example, we don't have a boutique, so we don't have a shop on the street. We have a private showroom, so our relation with clients is different rather than only a transactional one. We are more towards a friendship in a certain way. So I would say this course.
Okay. And then, of course, we try to balance theory and practice. And do you remember if which parts you appreciated the most, and why?
I would say the practice one. I remember very well an example, which was when the company BPM came to us for a workshop, and we were asked to basically solve a real problem they were facing, which was like an internal problem after an acquisition. So it was a good challenge to face real problems during the course.
It was, yes, it was interesting to analyze the specific challenge where they were facing altogether. It was an interesting project indeed. And then do you aspetta, and do you so the courses and then do you still so what can I say, do you confirm your interest? So because no, actually, sorry, let me go back because you make me think to so many things. When you decided to come to Monaco, to IUM,
yes,
based on what you decided to come, and then I will have a second question. Sorry.
As I mentioned before, I wanted to approach the luxury industry, and I think there's no any other city like Monaco where you can get networking contacts. And what made me decide to join this course was the opportunity to have luxury professionals instead of only professors, because you and the other professors were giving us real examples, not only theory, I would say.
But where did you find out information about IUM? Were you already aware about us or not?
No, I think from a friend of mine, and then I did my own research.
Okay, and then did you confirm that this choice was the correct one? But now you're living in Monaco, actually.
Yeah,
so I assume that was the perfect decision.
I think every day I feel so lucky to go to work and to do what I'm passionate about.
And how is living in Monaco? It is not too small?
No, actually no. I come from Milan, so I'm used to a big city, but didn't shock me at all the transition.
Okay, because actually sometimes I'm trying to push students to leave Monaco after the program, no?
Okay.
Because so we don't have, especially in fashion and jewelry, we don't have big headquarters, big companies.
Okay.
So I'm always a bit afraid that you can get bored. And so, this is not the case for you?
No, because luckily I move a lot to meet clients. I go to the manufacturer. No, so far I repeat myself. I feel lucky.
Okay, what would you recommend to our guests today? So it is any suggestion to them? So why they have to choose IUM? Why they have to come to this program?
I would say to be curious, not only in class, because there are two parts of the master. When you are in the classroom and when you are outside. And even though you are outside of the university, you are still learning in a certain way, because here you have the chance to meet people, important people, to make important connections, and you can really make the difference even outside of the university. It's a mix of both.
How you can meet these people? So where you can meet these people?
If I remember,
when you're still a student, sorry, because now I understand.
Yeah.
But
IUM was organizing networking events like cocktails, small parties, and then there's also some organization of junior professionals. For example, I remember one in yachting. There are some opportunities also for students, I would say.
And then what about because you were mentioning not just at IUM, but also outside IUM. So did you have your own opportunities to create your own network, to meet people outside IUM?
Yes, because I didn't expect it, but Monaco is full of young people working in Monaco, working the French Riviera in general. Yeah, definitely. I met not only students, also young professionals.
Okay, so you didn't know really IUM, but you discovered it. Then you found your own place. Then you have built your own network. So it seems that you had a very good experience overall.
Yes.
And then what are the key moments, if you may have some, about 10 months with IUM?
Maybe when I finally found my path, so my internship. I remember it very well because I was very stressed. Even though you have the chance to meet people and to meet potential companies interested on you, but still, I'm not gonna lie, there is a competition. There there are actually a lot of students with a very good background working in the same direction of you. So I would say that moment.
I remember when you told me, Annalisa, I finally found the internship.
Yeah.
But if I'm not wrong, you proposed Alberto your own project. Actually, you were very proactive.
Yes.
So you did not just ask for an internship.
Exactly.
You had an idea, and then you developed the idea, and then you decided to propose this idea to Alberto, because Alberto is an entrepreneur. So
yes.
What is entrepreneurial spirit brought to this experience that you have with Alberto now?
I started looking the business in general in a different way. Instead of looking for inspiration, looking for connection, I'm trying to linking all the dots between also my small network, because maybe sometimes you think that you have to meet very important people to make great connections, but your own network starts from your friend, from your classmates, and that's what helped me living during this year in Monaco.
Why you're saying your friends? Which actually,
because I really found friends, not only classmates, during the year.
Okay.
And I'm still in contact with them.
But do you need, because actually sometimes there are students who are a bit introvert, others that are much more extrovert, because you come from all completely different backgrounds, and then so this is why so how it works, the dynamics between classmates, and then can to support each person support the other, and then to push the boundaries.
I have to say that there are very few from Monaco. It means that, for example, in my case, I came from Milan knowing no one in Monaco, knowing no one in the master, knowing in the class. So, and I was still able to live in a happy way, finding a lot of people. They all support each other, because we are all far from our house, our friends, our safe and comfort zone, I would say. So I really like the ambience.
So the beginning was different. So what did you expect from the beginning? Something that
it's hard to say, because, for example, I have a bachelor degree at Polytechnic, which it wasn't that much multicultural. So I literally learned how to not behave, but how to approach the different cultures, starting from the friendships relations.
You were always with, but you were always with a group of students from different nationalities.
French, a lot of French, US.
So very diversified. And then, so this is something that is enriching your background now, because luxury clients are very international, correct?
Of course, and it's I would say weird, but now that if I think about the map of the world, I can put a lot of dots in each country thanks to this master, and I think I really improved all my connections.
Okay, if there is something you would like to change or improve about the experience with IUM, what would you like to? So did we fulfill all the expectations, or you would like to maybe to have something different, something new? I don't know.
Maybe more real examples, like workshops, like the BPM one, because even in the first semester, I would have enjoyed it very much.
Because actually, this is the first semester, as you know, we are you are all come from different backgrounds, and we need to do that kind of fine tuning. So it's not easy. Okay, because actually you're right. So the experiential learning is always so you are confirming that experiential learning is something that really stays. So you would like to have always more.
Yes.
Okay. So would you recommend our program to your friends?
Yes, 100%. And I did. I
You
did
did it?
recommend. Yeah, yes.
Oh, okay. Good. And what else I can say? Well, I can ask you about this this experience. Because actually, the expertise that you have is pretty clear. Do you work with other IUM people in Alberto Vitale or not?
Maybe you remember Alessandro Bernini.
Sì.
Then we had actually some stages from IUM.
Okay.
One was Sofia. And
Yes, Sofia. Yeah. Who will join then the master now?
yes, exactly.
Yes, you're right. You're right. I talked to
You are
her.
stealing Sofia from us for the master.
Yes, she was so good.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if Diana, if there are some other questions from the audience, if they may have some curiosity, they can.
Yes, I have some questions. Yes,
Well, I was waiting for it.
I invite you also to write your question in the Q&A session. And I have just a few questions about, I think it's more for Tommaso.
Mm-hmm.
How did you build your professional network during the program? Was it mostly through the school or through internships?
Sorry, I didn't get the second question.
Yes. How do you build your professional network during the program? Was it mostly through the school or through internships?
I would say from both, but as I said before, starting from my friends, from my own small connections. So, and then attending networking events, being curious, even though it wasn't my field. For example, I remember I've been to Top Mark, to yacht events. I would say just being curious.
Okay, can you talk about a little bit about the career week? It was a very nice, important week to find your internship that helped you.
Yes, I remember there were a lot of companies interested in potential interns. I remember in my field there was Buccellati. I'm still in contact, by the way, with the guy.
With the HR director, with Maurizio.
HR, yes.
Okay, thank you so much. So I have another question. How long after graduating did it take you to find your current position?
I finished my master in June and I started the internship in July, so not even 1 month. And then I got hired in January after the ending of my internship.
Perfect. And did the school help you with the recruitment process, or did you find opportunity on your own?
I found the opportunity, of course, through the master, because Alberto was my professor. But yeah, also the university helped me. I remember building my CV. It didn't help me directly in my case because I knew Alberto from the course, but it helped me sending the applications all around the world. So yes.
Also because you did not send just one application to Alberto. So exactly. You started scouting, looking for opportunities.
Exactly.
Now, the question is very correct because, so what you mentioned is very correct because we have a career department that is supporting students with the with different activities. So writing an effective CV or how to write a cover letter, how to leverage connections through LinkedIn. So there are different activities. Then every student may leverage one or another one according to different cases. So the fact that we are involving professionals also in our courses, it is done on purpose because these professionals, we know they can be the bridge between the class and the real world. So, and then Alberto is a perfect example, is one of our main sponsors, is always working with our students, continuously hiring the best profiles, but he's not the only one. So we have other cases.
Okay, I have more questions. So could you share some insights into the typical profile of the students in this program in terms of professional background and experience levels?
I would say, as I mentioned, I'm a bit far from the typical profile because I do not come from a business background or economics background. I come from product design. But I would say economics. What do you say, Annalisa?
Many students come from economic or business backgrounds, many, but then we have so many different cases as like you, but we had a student back in the years, students coming from philosophy studies, law,
Art, I remember.
art, any kind, any sort of background. We don't have any limitation, and even in terms of professional background. Usually, students joining our program come straight after their own studies, bachelor studies, the majority, I would say. But then we have many students who have 1, 2, 3, or more years of experience. And this differentiation is also very interesting. So, for example, last year we had an entrepreneur from Botswana, Bakang, and then we had other students coming from completely different scenarios, coming from family businesses, for example. So never worked in companies, but worked inside the family businesses. So having a very how can I say, we have a completely different levels of expertise, and this is interesting. When we go too far from the level of expertise, then we can suggest maybe the students to go for MBAs, actually, because sometimes if the difference is too big, sometimes it's not even easy, because actually the average age is 23, 24. So this is more or less what we have.
Okay, thank you so much. I think I have a last question. I have a question regarding the internship part of the program. Does it have to be in Monaco or could be in another country? What are the requirements?
Do you want to answer? Or,
Sí.
I know that it could be everywhere, not only Monaco.
I'm continuously trying to push my students out of Monaco because actually, especially the fashion ones, as I was saying before, because we don't have many headquarters. But then many students decide to stay in Monaco or to come back. For example, last year we had several students who went to Italy, some Italians who went back to Italy, and now Ludovica is back, for example. So there are many who are decided to come back because they create this very strong connection with the principality, and so this is why they decide to move back to Monaco. So they choose the destination more than the job per se. So this is it's a different way of working.
Yeah.
And then so I have a question for you, Tommaso. So if you have to move elsewhere, do you have any other ideal destination? If you have any.
So far, no. I was before interested about London, but then I realized that I'm actually really enjoying living in Monaco, having my own networks and friends inside the principality. No, for the moment, I will stay in Monaco.
Are you traveling often outside Monaco?
Yes. As I said, we have the manufacturer in Valencia, so usually twice a month I go there, and maybe sometimes I meet some clients outside Monaco.
So it's in Monaco for you is enough.
Yes.
But because of the safety also, or
this is a crucial thing. Coming from Milan, being confident going out and not worried about anything else, it's a big plus for Monaco, in my opinion.
Honestly, especially for girls, I can say.
Especially for girls.
Yes, I definitely agree. Okay, so Diana, do we have any other question?
I think I don't have any more questions. So I think this is the end of the webinar. Thank you to our speakers for sharing their experience and expertise with us today. So if you are planning to visit Monaco in the coming weeks, please know that we have a school visit tour on the 21st. So we would like delighted to welcome you on campus and show you the university. So have a wonderful afternoon, and we hope to see you soon at the International University of Monaco. Thank you so much, Tommaso. Thank you, Annalisa.
Grazie, grazie a tutti. Bye.
Bye-bye.